Chris Sabatini. I live in West Hollywood. I'm a member of the Los Angeles Bicycle Coalition. I had not planned on saying anything, but I keep hearing measurements of the width of the bike lane. I hear about turnstiles at the metro stations not being able to fit bikes. I ride a Cat Trike Expedition trike, which means it sits low to the ground, and there's no way it will fit through any turnstile. It's wider than most bikes, and so I don't know that the plan is taking into account some of the older people or people that have back issues that are now riding these recumbent style bikes that take up a little more room than what a standard bike takes. And I'm hoping that they are considering that in this plan, which I haven't heard anything.
Are we considering it in the plan? You had your line right behind you. Talk to her in a second. Thank you for that. Sir, your name.
My name is David Ewing. I'm a Venice resident, co-chair of the CD11 Empowerment Transportation Committee, but I'm here just on my own. The thing that struck me about the bike plan, I'm not going to the specifics, which other people are covering, but it seemed to me that its mission statement was very perfunctory. The overview really wasn't there. You have a big political problem here because you're in a room of advocates here, but a lot of Los Angeles says, well, bikes, they're making a lot of noise, but they're the tail that wags the dog. We've got streets full of cars that everybody drives, and there are only a few bikes and so forth. So you really need to make a case. You really need the bike plan needs to make a political case. Why are bikes important? How are bikes going to help reshape our city and move LA into the future? And I don't see that in the bike plan, and I hope it will gain some vision on it.
Find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
Put it in the plan. Sure. Sir.
Dr. Claudia Williams, El Sereno, Northeast LA, member of the LA 32 Neighborhood Council, and also Stop 710, which we've already dealt with. We're looking at multi-mode alternatives to freeways, one of which includes the San Fernando Road. Now, you were asking about who's in charge. Well, there it's DOT, DOE, and maybe Department of Planning. However, they have put forward a negative declaration. Bureau of Engineering has put forward a negative declaration saying that there's no impact on the bicycle route, our lane in Cypress Avenue, and the fact that the MTA largely confiscates that when they're doing their bus turnaround. So there's very little coordination between DOE, DOT, planning, and the MTA, which does have Measure R funds for highways. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your comments, sir.
This is regarding bike lanes.
Yes, it's the, yeah.
My name is Joseph Briali. I founded Bike Up, and I also own a small business in CD1, the Bike First, called the Flying Vision LA Bike Shop. And I'm here to address a very simple fact about the street. That you have many of these same streets in your neighborhood. It's classified major highway, class 1 and class 2, minimum 30,000 or 50,000 daily trips. And if you look at the traffic counts that DOT has collected over the last 10 years, they grow up 8,000 to 2,000 trips less than the minimum 30,000 trips. The consultant for the city said, let's do some traffic calming. All the traffic surveys said, let's do some traffic calming. I talked to the businesses and the fellow community members, let's do some traffic calming. The DOT's draft bike plan.
So the entire, the second contributor to greenhouse gases is transportation, and the only plans they have is to increase car sharing, and that there's not a single mention of biking in that plan. This right now we also have Westwood is probably the least lively university town I've ever seen in the U.S. because it mostly serves as an access road between UCLA parking and the boardwalk.
Okay.
That's what
I appreciate your comment. nice, but do go back to UCLA and get them moving in that direction. There's 3 or 4
Probably
options
can't
here,
do
and I
block
think
them,
we can
but,
do it.
yes.
Keep going,
Yeah.
sir.
My name is Marco Leal with the South Bay Cruisers. I just successfully got the first Sharrows on Hermosa Avenue at Hermosa Beach. I'm king of the mountains this year, dead last, but I'm king of the mountains at with Mount Elsbrook. I rode my bike from my house in Westchester to Vegas, my house to Santa Barbara, my house to San Diego. I want a Sharrow on PCH from Palisades to Seal Beach, from Westchester to Victorville, and from Westchester to Big Bear Lake, and Westchester to Dodger Stadium and Angel Stadium. And as far as that bike sharing, I don't agree with it. It's big ways, and that's about it.
Thank you very much. Sir.
Stephen Box, from the Bike Riders Collective. There's been a lot of talk today in the presentation on the bike plan and the comments from the community with regards to infrastructure, but little has been said about some of the other elements that are equally important, and in fact, I might suggest might be even more important. When we evaluate plans, we often look at what people refer to as the 5 E's, and I'd like to say that we look at the 6 E's, which is not just engineering and encouragement, education, enforcement, and evaluation, but also to make sure that we consider equality as the foundation upon which we do all that we do to support cycling in the city of Los Angeles. And so we haven't heard much talk of that. And a plan that doesn't open with a simple statement that all streets are to be streets that cyclists will ride is a bike plan that starts off with an inequality in place. Ours starts off with a very timid and tepid consider and respect statement, and then it continues with lots of soft language. There are no words of imperative like shall and must and will. And so this plan has no vision, it has no ambitious aspirational goals, and it has no teeth. And I suggest that we, to your question, is this going to do it? Absolutely not, in no uncertain way. In fact, it's a distraction. The plan we have is good through 12.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Help it change so that when we finally do something at the end of June, it meets those needs. Okay. I want to thank absolutely everybody for item number 1, for your comments. I want to thank the staff, who have been my colleagues, for being here for that. Now, we just want to recommend approve this report, and we look forward to seeing the revised bike plans. Okay? Thank you, colleagues, on that. Item number 2. By the way, I must leave at 5:30 no matter what. Okay, so we're going to
Chair, I'm leaving now.
and thank you so much
Thank everybody for their public comment on this. Thank the staff.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Lamont. Give him a round of applause. He had to do something. For 10 minutes, he has something else he has to do, so it's going to be with me, but it's recorded, it's on the record. The second item is a very serious issue, so let's take a deep breath and let's get right to that now. Item number 2.
Item number 2 is a Juan Rosendal Reyes motion relative to the LAPD to report on recent bike incidents and conflicts between bicyclists and motorists.
Okay, now, I don't know if anybody heard that, but the bottom line